Good morning, hello, welcome. I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming, and we're back into Watch Your Realms. Right, let's have a look at the dev insights then. Start at the top, we just banned our way straight through. There's good stuff in here, and there's the usual rubbish that they just fob us off with as well. So, right, please change or upgrade the effects of the T3 gear sets. There are many exclusive gears from T3 equipment that are not suitable for the heroes such as Silas, exclusive gear and others. What's the point of making tier 3 equipment if the effects are not much better than the tier 2 equipment? Yeah, your issue is it's not a lot better than Soulbound Arcana. Thanks for your feedback. We have plans to buff Hell's Lamont set. Some of our exclusive gear sets can be used to strengthen heroes. Yeah, they can. Whether it's better than the Soulbound Arcana set, though, that's a different story. So, but here's the Hell's Lamont set, and that's getting a buff. So, yeah, that's quite nice. Okay, I really love the buff suggestion. Don't know what that is. Having a single button to switch between plans would be very nice to have. Something like switch plans button, or even a slot 1 and gear slot 2. We will consider these features in the future. Okay, yeah, would be handy. You swap gear around so much in this game, you're so reliant on it. It would be nice to make the features somewhat easier, other than the quick change option. Hi, there is just quality of life suggestion for the gear sorting filter menu and whatnot. Ever since you've introduced exclusive gear for the heroes, you remove the hide enchanted gear. You should remove the hide labels option, especially since we have implemented the custom recommendation settings. We should only have the gear that follow our recommendation gear rules. Maybe not so much now. This helps with leveling up gear for Tales of the Smith event, and just gear, and just in general. We're trying to see what we have to level up. Thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for the feedback. We will add a category for +0 gear in the future. I think we've already got that, and it's here on the gear filter. But I'm not sure that we all have gear now with the removal of the auto battles. We've got a lot less and a lot more stamina. When changing gear plans, and it removes one piece of gear from one hero and another from another hero, we have it automatically come back to him when changing back, instead of manually needing to equip him with that piece again. For example, I have a damage set for Silas and a BP set for Silas. I've changed him BP set and took one piece from Ajax and one piece from Hex. Now change it back to his damage set, and I need to manually equip Hex and Ajax pieces back on them. So can we get it automatically equipped when changing back, please? It would make such a great quality of life changing improvement and would be less time consuming when done with multiple heroes. Players may use the swap function in quick change or save 2 plans. You'd need to save more or less 4 plans there, wouldn't you? But there you go. So no plans to do that in the future. The farm, the trading hall, is the worst kind of block. Twice now I have been unable to progress, and I've had to wait a week to see if the reset would give me the right level quest. Absolutely true. The first purple and now a gold should give us a refresh option, or have it reset every 48 hours automatically when the rewards are subpar, so the week refresh is horrible. Second version of the camp is being developed. In the meantime, we will carefully evaluate players' feedback. No, that's not true. We carefully evaluate players' feedback and make implementations in the following versions update. That's not true in the slightest. I don't want to say it's a lie, but I haven't told the truth. So, when the farm first came out, and this was back in June, this sort of feedback went back from the Forerunner anyway, so you already knew about this 5 months ago. If we're being kind, you knew about it 5 months ago, and you haven't fixed it in 5 months, and now you're saying there's a second version coming, but you are listening to players' feedback. That doesn't ring true at all, because you knew about it beforehand. You should have fixed it beforehand. You were lazy and you didn't bother. That's essentially it. So you've been fobbed off. I don't know who put the suggestion in, but you've been fobbed off. Increases chances of better rewards for Guild Boss 1. I get the max chest on Nightmare 3 and 4 and haven't got a gold chest that isn't fragments or star power in over 2 weeks. Make a 50k and 75k chest on Nightmare 4. It only gives really good rewards. And it gives some examples of rewards. Stuff like that, getting XP and gold for 2 weeks straight is really aggravating. Thanks for your feedback. We have taken notes on that and they will be considered in future updates. Okay, would be nice if they did, but I just think that I'd like an unpolished soapstone maybe once a month or something, you know, just as a guaranteed within that month I will get one, and then I can slowly develop my heroes as I want. But it just feels like I got one at the start. I can't remember the last time I got one. It's ridiculous. And then the actual soul stones, yeah, I think they're now non-existent. I know they've been removed. It feels like they've been removed. I get them even less now. And another week, another refill of auto battles that will be gone in a day. These give us more consistent ways to get auto battles. I like seeing a report screen of 500 runs complete. We will consider adding extra drops in the future events and in all new game modes. Now, I don't think he's alone in this. So the issue, the shop was a really good. The update of the shop, that was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Can't knock that. But however, I think there are less auto battles in it now. Certainly for gold, there appears to be, and the amount of stamina you can now buy has been increased, so it stretches that issue even further. So that is, yeah, the auto battles, particularly if you're playing on mobile. I mean, I presume if you're playing on PC, there has been a rise of people with getting auto clickers just to hit do my battle again, do my battle again, do my battle again, and then going into the gear sell option to actually just remove everything that doesn't have a thumbs up. It's a long-winded way around of doing it, particularly as you don't get as many auto battles now. But I really do sympathise with that. I think that is an issue, and it is likely to get bigger as well. For the training hall orders, please consider adding an early refresh of some kind. I've completed all the orders and refreshed yesterday. Since it is progressing based off a type of orders, also maybe a way to do something like spend 50 gems to refresh a single order and a chance to increase its rarity, or 100 gems to upgrade the order, or increase gem cost to upgrade if it ranks. Okay, the second version of the camp. You knew about this. You knew there were issues with the trading hall. You knew it 5 months ago and you didn't do anything. Add refined crystals or recast hammer in the arena shop so that it can be brought once a week. I also suggest adding to the guild shop, but it's already incredibly difficult to even buy the stuff that you want from there because you hardly get any guild points. Yes, absolutely true. Once again, guild points come up. Thanks for your feedback. The gear casting hammers are being introduced and obtained by players according to our schedule. Nothing about guild points again. Has raised its head more than one occasion. Please add pity for artifact forges. Ooh. Does not make any sense that you can pull 30 plus artifacts from gleaming meteorites and not get a single exclusive. Same for new forges. Even if expected rate is for 100 exclusives, you can easily go 100 forges without a single exclusive. Pity would be great as new exclusive artifacts are released. So to get the one you want keeps getting harder. Thanks for your feedback. We will consider adding some features to improve players' experience. I really like that. That is absolute genius. That is so obvious. So obvious. A really good idea. I really did like that. This is a fantastic idea. Why haven't we got pity on exclusive artifacts? Just on getting one. Whether it's the one you want or not, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Add the Galactic Gauntlet rewards to the existing season. Guild War rewards remove Gauntlet as a feature entirely and improve Guild Wars based on various player feedback and Gauntlet feedback. Players have been asking for better gear war rewards. Oh, blimey, that's a tongue twister. For a long time. Better to start with improvements. Gauntlet was just really unnecessary in a game mode / feature. Thanks for your feedback. We have plans on these rewards and we'll be introducing them introduced to players according to the schedule. Can we see this schedule? Can we see this schedule that you keep referring to? So we have a known idea on it. 500k for recasting is too expensive. Change it to 100k, please. We'll reconsider the costing for recasting, inspection and comparison between related data on schedule. Again, it's on the schedule that we can't see. Right, so it's not an issue as you get later on in the game and gold doesn't become an issue, but I'm assuming you're much earlier on in the game and gold is massively an issue. And it is probably quite nice to try and recast something if you're much earlier on in the game. I mean, once you get to a certain point, I presume a little way into maybe stages 19, then you sell so much of your gear that gold becomes not an issue, so the 500k isn't a problem at all. But early game, remember, I was absolutely skint most of the time. Okay, something needs to also be done about gear RNG. It's atrocious. Absolutely no reasonable means of improving gear. Please, no more gear. Farm simulator. Move that out of the way. Gear improvement simulator for at least more engagement. Attack bonus never rolls. Well, obviously it's now you keep getting surge along. Oh, well, we keep getting strung along. Sorry. We have plans to improve the gear in the dungeon shop. We believe it should make it easier for players to progress. No, what you've done is you've added Dolores' gear in there, which is an artifact, so you don't know if it's going to roll particularly well, and also your Wings of Grace set isn't fantastic anyways. It overrides the buffs on everyone else's got, so you'd have to place that person down first. Yeah, it's just not, it's quite clunky, and if that's your answer, then how far do you have to be in to actually even get that type of gear? Not a fantastic response, to be honest. Doesn't really say a lot. Well, probably does say a lot, but nothing good. Increased probability to get gold chest from Guild Boss 1 when hitting even higher score than 50k, maybe 100k. I ask because since I'm hitting 50k blood since a few weeks, I have no motivation to push further, and it gets, with a new hero you released, easier. Yeah, we'll consider making relative improvements about the drop rate. Guild Boss 1 feels very disappointing. Getting 4 essence, 30 energy, 2 legendary shards, yeah, and some gold is just not enough. In my opinion, please remove gold increase. Remove gold, increase essences to like 10 to 30 shards, okay, pieces to 5, so that we get something out of it. We'll consider making some improvements in the upcoming rewards. Again, you keep saying that. That's come up a lot, hasn't it? Guild Boss 1 rewards. Add a red dot to the wearer's artifact so that when it can be promoted and the player can have the materials for promotion. We have received your feedback, relative improvements, and are expecting to make adjustments. Okay, doesn't say they're not going to do it, or it's on the schedule. Gear Dungeon Store. You keep adding bad stat pieces to it. Attack speed amulet, really? Question mark. Dolores amulet. That's not even an ancient. Yeah. You also need to improve dungeon drops. You give the keys like it's a special area in the game to run, but the drops are bad and the rare to get anything good. The Gear Dungeon's current design is mainly for players to obtain forging materials. There are no plans to add more drops at the moment. No, there isn't. Okay. But you didn't mention anything about the shop then, did you, or improving the stats on there? Please review the Dwarven shop items and pieces since you have changed things. I have 2 mythic extracts for sale. They show different percentages off and wildly different prices. 20% off is 400 gems and 30% off equals 280 gems. You clearly have different base prices on the exact items, these exact items. Okay, also, where did the auto battles for gold go? Yes. I used to get 20 to 50 a day, but now I never see them. Maybe slightly less gear. Okay, yeah, that no one buys. And add more auto battles. We've already fixed this issue. We haven't fixed the issue of the auto battles, have we? I don't feel. I think there's still a big shortage of them. Yeah, so I got Durza a few weeks ago, and I'm testing it on different ways because I really like the idea of it. He's high risk, high reward character, but the risk ends up being worse than the actual gain in modes like Semram. I think it would be fantastic if at the moment that Durza uses his ultimate, he removed the debuff from his allies. This would allow for more interesting use of it in Semram. Okay. Thanks for your feedback. We already have plans to buff him, but we will also take your suggestions into reference. Okay, nice. Okay, good. So a buff coming up. Ooh, that'd be handy. Be nice when we see it. So that'd be good. Always nice to see. I do quite like the buffing of the champions, as long as it's kept constant and they do it every sort of month. I'd like to see. I'd like to see more champions buffed or nerfed or that sort of thing. I think if you do it constantly and often, then it's not such an issue. But there we go. Venoma. Oh yes, please. The first one I pulled on my Forerunner account, and then I looked him up all excited. Oh, what have I got? And yeah, everyone said he's terrible. Quite disheartening. Venoma is very weak in most times, and we can only use her for Lord bonus. Giving it an attack speed bonus after using ultimate or damage increase, making Cursed Gaze stronger or happens more often. We already have plans to buff another buff hero coming. The date is yet to be decided. Please stay tuned. Well, we will stay tuned, but there you go. Okay, please give Morgana a control effect such as slow, stun, freeze, and be able to use her Lord skill efficiency without any extra unit to rely on. So the Lord skill, they do more damage to cursed people, don't they, against CC'd mobs. Especially compared to other lords, her lord skill is to conditional. Thanks. Morgana is considered to be the hero that can hit the most targets in the whole game. Okay, with the help of an artifact, she can achieve a great slowing effects. So they're saying put the artifact on. Rework Morgana of A3, please. It doesn't make any sense at all. Her kit gets stronger after being deployed for X time. A3 turns into some weird Aatrox. Okay, please change it, and it's useless. Kind of insulting, to be honest. Thanks for your feedback. We will consider buffing her, but we will need more data to refer to regarding whether, if, and or when this will happen. Okay, so they're not saying it will never happen. So this is her A3, or I'm presuming what they mean by A3. It's her second passive, so after being deployed for 50 seconds, increases damage by 20% permanently, and then as you level her up, you can either increase damage up to 30%, and a redeployment time you can decrease from a 60 to a 50 second. Now, whether you could keep redeploying her to keep putting that up, I've never tested it. We might test it. We'll test it out in a video soon and see what it is. If they want more data, then there you go. That'll be the weird data that they're after, and they can have a look at it. But we'll do a quick test on that at some point, and then we'll have a play around, and then we can feed them back some data. Right, changes to King Heart's Lord skill, so might have him more wanted as a Lord and more viable in endgame content. Add a minus 25% map-wide slow for 10 seconds on enemies when the periodical shield is activated. If enemies are already affected by a slow, freeze them for 1 second instead. Also have a team-wide shield equal to 30% of King Heart's max HP instead of each individual member. Same changes could be done for ISO as well. Okay, change the last unique part of the Lord skill. The defense shield faction team members is increased by 20% to the HP of the shield faction team members increased by 20%. Okay. Yeah, thanks for your feedback. We have no plans to make significant adjustments to the Lord's skill at the moment. Okay, so you've been jogged on. Please remove the requirements of some ultimates to have that the enemy needs to be in range to be able to be activated. We believe that it is appropriate that several of the ultimate skills require those to be in range to cast. However, we will continue to make modifications to unreasonable requirements. Camera should move only after stage is complete or fight. During the fight, as a player moves to the necessary place for better observation, camera shouldn't move or reset. Thanks for your feedback. We will consider removing the camera movements in the future. Okay, yeah, it can be quite annoying. Hi everyone, I just want to make a suggestion. Guaranteed epic purple and legendary yellow rarity orders in the trading hall once you have a certain upgrade level is reached. It is beyond frustrating getting gated by missing orders on the request for rarity. I do not have a purple or higher rarity order yet, and I am unable to progress beyond the camp level 7, and while my guild mates have maxed theirs out of the camp in weeks. Yeah, barring the suggestion above, a limited reroll functionality could also be available for the issue. Second version, same answer, and you've known about it for 5 months. So first of all, I appreciate a lot of the last updates and the way the game is taking. It would be very helpful if we could introduce a practice mode in the arena so that players could regulate the 1A power in order to test build teams and save the run without the consequences of winning losing arena trophies. We will consider the feasibility of this mode in game. Alright. Gauntlet was really fun, but you should let the global server view live matches in the finals to see how the top players compete, or in some cases don't. Alright, I'm about that. Thanks for your feedback. This is direction of our future improvements. We also implement your suggestion and bring to the game as soon as we can. Alright. Give us an endless tower defense mode. Thanks for your feedback. We will consider the effects of this mode it could bring to the game. When setting up defense in the arena, I cannot activate the ultimate ability immediately when a new round starts. Instead, I have to wait for 2 or 3 seconds. If I activate it too early, the hero often ends up using the ultimate in the previous round during the actual run. Please fix it. There was a ticket attached as well. Please see here. Example, during the setup of round 5, I activate the ultimate from Mari and Hatta, and then at the start of the round 6, I activate Silas to kill the squids. Yeah, that's fairly normal. And the actual run, Silas is activating his ultimate same time as the other 2 in round 5. If anyone has similar experience, please share. I've read often complaints, but unfortunately Mouton can't reproduce them. Thanks for your feedback. We will test and verify the issue you have mentioned. If the aforementioned issue does exist, we will fix it right away. Probably not. You may also provide us with relevant videos to help with this procedure. Please provide the gift skin feature. Thanks for the feedback. We will prepare and develop the similar features. Okay. Hi guys, it would be great for all players if you can make Nisat summoning to also benefit those who have already got all the heroes from summoning pool. Maybe you can put in another rule where pulling a legendary hero that if you already have no missing normal heroes in the pool, you can get one that is not A5. So that it's not at least a waste. Thank you. Thanks for your feedback. We consider your suggestion. Oh, do I have that issue? Oh. For Christmas and Thanksgiving, the 2 big holidays, 5 divine summons and 1,200 gems. It only happens once a year and is not generous, but it's a decent thing for players. Decent energy boost. You only pull 1 Lego for like 8 divine summons, which is true on my account. 1 Lego per 8 divine summons. I think I'm much closer to about 15 or 16 divines. Apart from the rewards in the ongoing Thanksgiving event, we also have prepared various series of rewards during the upcoming Frostfall Jamboree event. Please stay tuned. Make Philippa available to summon. You've had this hero available for months. I've had her on some banners randomly with no announcement, but she is no longer available. Extremely frustrating for players. Right. Now again, we've done a video on this when you weren't doing any updates about what was missing, and she was missing then as well, because she is available on the Forerunner and has been available on the Forerunner for months. So I don't see why you had to wait till January to do it. Been on the Forerunner for a long time on normal summons. This is the Forerunner version, so oh no, haven't bothered to do it. The limit on a guild mail needs to be removed. I am supposed to actively communicate with 3 messages a week. Remove the limit entirely. It is unbearable. We noticed that players need to send mail. The limit will be increased from 5 to 10 in future updates. We will continue to listen to players' advice in the future. Okay? Not all the time, you don't. When we're finished with our garrison team setup, send us back to the menu showing our garrison instead of back to the main Guild Wars menu. We have already fixed this issue in the upcoming version updates. Okay. It seems to me that you do not understand what we are writing to you about. Many people write to you saying that Pope, Ingrid, and Valderon are strong. You see the statistics of the game and you do nothing. What about the players who do not have these heroes? Thanks to your feedback, we are making adjustments and improvements to the hero according to our schedule. Yeah, that we don't get to see. There are updates based on the priority and timing. So no news there. I think you've been jogged on, but yeah, it's a fair point. That's the meta. You've got to have them, but no, do I want them changed now? The problem is people are going to spend a lot of money like this weekend for this banner. So what are you going to do then? Can an option be added where you can pull 10 summons using a combination of stones and diamonds? For example, I have 7 stones and enough diamonds to pull another 3. Let me pull 10 and deduct the stones first and then the relevant amount of diamonds. Thanks for your feedback. We will add this feature after the next version update. Okay, nice. That's quite nice. We'll look out for that. Good. There should be mandatory Watcher of Realms 101 course taught by veteran players as a prerequisite to becoming CC, since they're either too lazy or too busy to do it themselves, so that it isn't hundreds of clowns spreading misinformation. Thanks for your feedback. We have an abundant amount of guides inside the in-game community. Please check them out. Okay, hopefully I'm not a clown and I'm not too lazy, but if there's anything you want in particular, give us a shout. Make all its battles free. There is absolutely no reason it should cost us. Yeah. And now they're even harder to obtain. Thanks for your feedback. Players can also obtain auto fight chances during the events. Yeah, they're not going to change this because they've just added them to the cooking recipe as well, haven't they? So I presume they want you to use that, get them. That's the way around it, which is a terrible option and is only available really if you're doing it on mobile. So I assume more and more people are going to be moving to an auto clicker. Okay, and then the last one, sorry, I've cut off at the bottom. Remove 2 black lines, which are in the middle of the screen in the cinematics, summoning, forge, artifacts, etc. And they're going to update that in the new patch that's coming out. So thanks for your feedback. We will fix this issue after the next version update. So there you go. That's it done. Good stuff. So the good stuff is we're getting buffs to a couple of champions. That's a plus. And then trading hall, everyone got fobbed off with. Auto battles, it doesn't look like they're doing a lot on. And then possibly content creators are clowns and we're lazy. But other than that, oh good. So is what it is. Yeah, not too bad, although some of it's a bit fobby-offy. Is what it is, isn't it? Good to see. So we keep an eye on some of these things. Some of these things that they said they are coming out soon. I'm going to stick a request in to see if we can have a look at the schedule. That'd be nice. So, right. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Please, if you got this far, do the old thumbs up, like, subscribe. Help me out massively, and I'll see you in a video again tomorrow where we start summoning for the Pope and things like that. If you're doing the same, good luck to you. Right, see you tomorrow. Goodbye.